One of my favorite teams that I have enjoyed watching so far this year are the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Trail Blazers were expected to be in the play-in gulag, at least that's where I had them, with the Lakers and the Sacramento Kings fighting for the 9th or 10th spots. And it's early, and I know that disclaimer is going to be annoying after about a few weeks, but I think it's safe to say the Blazers are going to be better than what I had, what everybody else had, what everybody's preseason projections were, and it's pretty cool to watch because Damian Lillard is one of my favorite players. It's very clear that the abdomen stuff was bothering him, and he looks spry, although he did get injured last night against the Miami Heat, unfortunately. Hopefully the calf strain doesn't keep him out too long, but you all know how that goes with calves and hamstrings and strains when it comes to that. But Dame so far looked like he had his burst, and it was so funny. There was a lot of hoopla about the first game the Blazers played against the Sacramento Kings, a game that I was there for in person on opening night in Sacramento. And there was a lot of, mainly from a certain CEO of The Ringer, who said that Dame doesn't look like he has the burst. To me, Dame looked rusty, and the shots just weren't falling, and the length of guys like KZ Okpala, Harrison Barnes, etc. was kind of bothering him a little bit. The burst to me in person was fine. I don't know where he got that from, but regardless, Dame looks like he is all the way back. At least hopefully he'll be back to normal once he comes back from this calf strain, but he dropped 41 points back-to-back times and 31 points. And the Blazers have just been awesome to watch because they have surrounded Dame with athleticism, with big wings, and they are just pushing the pace. I love seeing Josh Hart just attack the rim, and it was cool to see that in person because obviously he's done it for years now since he's been in the league, just grabbing the rebound and pushing and going, using that big frame to draw contact and get to the rack. By the way, Josh Hart is averaging almost 10 rebounds a game, which is crazy. Jerami Grant, yeah, he might have been a little big for his britches in Detroit in terms of trying to be the go-to scorer, but at least he was learning how to be that and explore new parts of his game, and I think that's benefiting him coming to Portland in the trade over the summer because the Blazers are using him in mismatch post-ups. There was a lot of that against Kevin Huerter. There was a lot of that against, obviously, Jamal Murray and guys like that when they were playing the Nuggets on their home opener. And Jerami Grant is also just a smart cutter. He's had experience playing off of explosive guards, and we'll get to Anfernee Simons and Shaedon Sharpe in a second. But Jerami Grant has been awesome for the Blazers so far as well, just providing extra length, extra rebounding help. Yusuf Nurkic has been bad. I'm just going to flat out say it. But I mean, it's been negligible since, the Blazers are now 4-1, and there's a lot more good things to like about this team. Anfernee Simons, he's struggling to shoot the ball so far this year, but I mean, the athleticism's still there, the explosion is still there. Dame clearly trusts him, as, evidenced by the big shots he was hitting in overtime against the Phoenix Suns. And last year was really good for Simons because I felt like he really came into his own. Seeing Anfernee Simons in person coming off of last season and seeing him on opening night in Sacramento last Wednesday, he is just quick. That handle is tight, and he can rise up from anywhere. He has that compact jumper where he can just rise up in any small space, anytime, anywhere. And he's competing on the defensive end. I'll give him that. He's competing. I don't think he's going to be an all-NBA level defender, but he definitely has the length, the explosion to compete on that end of the floor. And head coach Chauncey Billups has this entire team competing. You have Nasir Little coming off the bench, and hopefully Nasir Little can stay healthy because he is another big, tough, long wing that has some offensive junk to his game as well, can attack a closeout, can absorb contact and get to the rim. By the way, a lot of players on the Blazers so far, they know how to attack a closeout. It's just really cool to see. They clearly have a style and an identity, and I liked how the Blazers retooled over the summer, and even going back to last trade deadline, obviously, when they got Josh Hart, etc. But I didn't feel like it was enough to put the Blazers in deep playoff run contention, but I did have them in the play-in range, and it's clear they're going to be better than that. I'll say it's clear they're going to be better than, the 9 or 10th seed like everybody projected. They're going to be playing for the upper tier play-ins. Hell, maybe an injury to a team here or there, they could find a way to sneak into the 6th seed or be in a dogfight for the 6th seed, the non-play-in playoff seed. And then let me get to Shaedon Sharpe, because first of all, this whole rookie class already is impressing. But Shaedon Sharpe, for somebody who didn't play basketball at Kentucky and basically did not play for the year, he looks poised. He's explosive. The Blazers just know how to churn out explosive guards, and I was really impressed with him right off the jump from opening night. He knows how to cut. He's explosive as hell. I was watching the Blazers-Lakers game on Sunday, and he caught that alley-oop where his head was right at the fucking rim, which was nuts. He's clearly a cerebral player, and I like the poise he plays with. Kind of plays like with that stoned face mentality that Dame and also Anfernee Simons plays with. And the Blazers they have a type with their guards, and they drafted another explosive dynamic guard. And now that Dame is going to be out, at least for tomorrow's game against the Houston Rockets, we get to see Shaedon Sharpe in more extended minutes. His minutes have been increasing anyway. He was the first player off the bench in the Denver Nuggets game and the Miami Heat game. So I really like this Blazers team, man. They're fun, they're fast, they can shoot, and they have just a bunch of players that oddly fit together, odd pieces that fit together really well because they're big, they're explosive, their big explosive wings can defend, and then you have firepower, of course, with Damian Lillard and Anfernee Simons, who said that he wanted to be an all-star this year. It's a great goal to have, and it's not out of reach for Anfernee Simons. Oh, and Justice Winslow looks like he's reviving his career a little bit, playing small ball 5. Obviously, he came over to Portland in early February this past year, or I guess last season. The years throw me off, but you get what I'm saying. He came over in February last season. I mean, he's closing lineups as the small ball 5. He is attacking closeouts. He's coming up with big offensive rebounds in the games he's played so far this year. I don't think he got any minutes in the Denver Nuggets game, but really love the way the Blazers are playing right now. Hopefully this Dame injury isn't too serious, but I'm interested to track where they finish in the Western Conference.